Okay. Smoke and Mirrors. We are back. Episode 61. 61 Ways to Mob. Choose one. How we living there, big dogs?
Oh, man.
Gang, gang.
It's just what's his face. It's that West Coast song. 6,000 ways to die. Choose one. Serial killer. That's all I think about. Good fellas. It's a beautiful day here in Sydney. It's blue skies. It's like 29 degrees, which is nearly 95, I think, over there in the US. It's a nice.
Very nice. Nice little breeze coming through there as well. I'm good there, BD. Just living and livid. How you going?
I'm good. What do you call it? Day 12 of this whole September challenge. Starting to get to that point, like I was saying before. No pain in the legs. Pause. Fucking everything seems to be going nicely.
100,000 steps in.
That's it. What do you call it? I wish I could go longer than an hour outside. Pause. That pause video you sent the other day fucking killed me, by the way. Professional interviews. Pause.
With Spike. That was hilarious.
Oh, man.
And we love John. We love Matt. We love Dick. Pause.
Doing fantastically well. Moving into our streaming news. Some of the best news I've heard, and I still think these motherfuckers is listening to us, man. But Halloween Kills has officially made the decision to move to a day and date in both cinemas and on Peacock on the 15th of October. So about a month from now. Fuck, I'm excited for this shit, man.
That's sick, man.
What do you call it? Very exciting. Finally get a choice to actually enjoy this at home. And for some of us, much like us in New South Wales, where we can't really attend the cinemas for now, we can actually see this movie, which is great.
That is the Thursday before allegedly we open up, though. So maybe we could see it the week after or something. But this, I totally forgot about Peacock. Universal does have a streaming service. What are they doing with Candyman? What's going on here, champions?
Give it a month and a half. Maybe we'll actually get it.
I reckon next week we'll get Candyman VOD.
I hope so. That's what they've been doing.
It's not like Peacock isn't here in Australia. Like we don't know that it's rolled out anywhere except the States. Know what I mean? So
you know how good Peacock is. Like, do you know how good it is? Kevin Hart's like interview shows on there, and it's just swearing. Like they just allow him to swear because it's online. It's streaming. It's swear. Like you hear John Travolta swearing on his show. Like it was so cool. You get to sit down, have a relaxed drink, and talk about themselves. It's so mad.
Yeah, I wonder how they're gonna release this. If they're gonna have Dolby Vision, if it's gonna be 4K, like what the go is.
I think it's only 1080 right now.
Yeah,
maybe 2K, but that's about it.
Yeah.
2K. But no, super exciting news. I'm excited to see this fucking movie, man. The first one that dropped, fuck, it was good, and hopefully they follow suit with what's the third one called?
Halloween Ends.
You know, I'm hearing this is trash, yeah?
Same. Reports out of Venice.
Yeah. Reports out of Venice is saying this movie is trash.
But
so the first one, admittedly, they didn't like the first one. I don't know why. But yeah, admittedly, the first one is still better than this, which is fine for me.
But if you're dropping a movie like Halloween Kills at Venice Film Festival...
It's still summer over there. What are they doing?
It's not the crowd to drop it in. Horror nerds are gonna fucking eat this up and like shit out pumpkins.
I am. I can't wait for this because it's horror. Like we've been starved of horror now for 2 years. We've been reporting on the same Candyman movie for 2 years.
And the same Halloween movie for 2 years.
And the same Halloween movie. Halloween was done and in the can last year already.
That's it.
Yeah.
I wonder if who's this that puts this out?
Universal.
It is Universal. Hey, I wonder if they were waiting for any other any other distributors to buy it up. Know what I mean? Like, maybe that's what the year delay was all about. And now it's like, well, fuck it. Let's launch our Peacock initiative and just get it out there.
Yeah.
I hope so. It's definitely going to bring eyes to Peacock.
Yeah.
Which is good for them as well. So, yeah.
Well, I wasn't excited about Peacock until I seen this.
You're saying? I didn't know they had Universal. That's the thing. I didn't know that Universal was Peacock.
Yeah. NBC, yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah. Comcast company? Yeah, I don't know.
Yes. Yeah. Along with Warner and everything else. Yeah.
And that's it for streaming news this week. That's short there on the list.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Kicking it off with film news.
Mm-hmm. So we've got this new film coming out called Sniff. Right? Yeah. You got to sniff after you say it. And it's not about like drug cartels, even though Pacino's in there. This one stars Helen Mirren, Morgan Freeman, Danny DeVito's in there as well. And Sniff is an acronym for Senior Nursing Institute and Family Foundation, right? So this follows the story of a retired Morgan Freeman, who's a detective. He gets hired by DeVito to go investigate this Sniff place, right? And DeVito's his partner and everything, and they uncover like this full-on underworld of sex and drugs and murder in the wealthy communities, and it's all controlled by Pacino, and Mirren is his femme fatale. So I don't know what's going on here. I don't know if it's going to be, I'm hoping that it's set in those old age homes because, like, supposedly the whole sex and all that stuff is rife in those homes. Like those old people get put in there and they just go wild. Like that's the highest concentration of STDs you'll find in an old age home. It's wild.
Party never ends.
Well, why would it? Your bed's there. You're staying there all day. Like, you might as well play golf.
Start. Fuck.
Get a few rounds in and call it a night. Take your meds and call it a night.
Fucking hell.
It's wild
Agnes
out there.
and Jasper just fucking.
Yeah. But yeah, this is going to be directed by Taylor Hackford, which is crazy because that's allegedly Helen Mirren's husband. Yeah, we'll see how long that relationship lasts after this. Well, it's weird. Every time they do it, like, stars do movies together and they're, together, they fall out.
Yeah. It's too close for comfort. I worked with Jules for how many years? It's close.
It is close. I worked with you for how many years?
I don't know. But then we branched apart, and it was like, yeah.
But then we were always like super. When everybody else was there, we were always like super corporate. Yes. It was like that scene from Step Brothers. I've started taking baby aspirin before I go.
Everyone was astounded by the fact that we kept it professional. Though you guys are brothers and you act so professional. We've got fucking work to do.
I don't know what type of brothers those people had.
No, right? This is fucking just rubes from the South or some shit.
It's that like dick on the counter sort of filthy humor that them O's have. Pull your balls out. And
I don't know what type of brothers they had.
Yeah, I ain't about all that.
Around like that.
Fucked up hide the sausage game is this?
So we also got Nick Cage, who's going to be leading The Old Way. So following the Cage naissance, after Pig, he's going to be playing like this old gunslinger who's retired, not doing the shit anymore. So it's kind of like Unforgiven in that way. But his missus is alive, and she gets gunned down in cold blood. So then he has to like unearth his weapons and shit like that. And then he goes on this journey of revenge. Which could be a good play for Cage.
I like it. I like what he's doing. Like I like Cage sort of playing around in that bag.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, you can maximize his profits, right? I mean, most of that budget's going to go to Cage. Essentially.
After Pig, that guy can now, like, you know, ask for bigger prices, I think.
It's weird that he's getting such acclaim for Pig, eh? Coming from someone who out and out said, I don't like doing those big movies anymore. Like, I'll do a smaller movie where I can shoot less days and get paid the same.
Yeah.
All right, cool. Be smart about it.
But admittedly, Cage is like fucking. He's done all these big films, and dude can probably just live off just face-off money for the rest of his life, and the Rock money,
and the Con Air gif of his hair blowing in the wind.
He doesn't need to do it for anything. He's won the top prizes.
Yeah.
Like
he's got the acclaim.
He's got an Oscar. He's got a Best Actor Oscar.
Yeah.
I think he nearly won a Best Actor and supporting Oscar for the exact same role on bloody Adaptation.
Yeah.
Because it was so bloody different. Like, he's a machine. Like, we understand. Like, he's shown us what he can do, and now he just wants to have fun.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool.
Very true.
Have fun, Mr. Cage.
Cool. Adaptation was the one where he was, like, balding and shit, yeah? And he wears the glasses and he's a little bit, like, quirky?
Yeah, but he plays twins in that movie.
Yeah.
And it's amazing.
Yeah.
Both of the twins are completely different.
Yeah.
Because Cage went through with the director and shot all of those, one of the twins, the whole movie, and then switched and went and shot the rest of the movie as the other twin. That's how he did it.
Holy shit.
He's a machine.
Yeah.
Do you reckon, like, Cage, because, like, you have, like, Cage not starting, but, like, he had Amos and Andy, he had Raising Arizona, which are, I don't know, would you consider those smaller films back in the day? Or those big budget movies?
Yeah, and, like, Raising Arizona is, and always will be, a Coen Brothers film. Like, that's...
But the size itself of the movie isn't as big as the other productions that he sort of took on. But like he excelled, like Leaving Las Vegas, The Ambulance, like those are all smaller movies as well that he fucking just nailed. Was it fucking that other one, Guarding Tess?
Yeah,
he's done a lot of those sort of movies. But this is almost like riding that line between like indie theatrical and DTV. Like high end shit.
True.
Yeah. But he even for his role with Cher, like in that movie, Cher won the Oscar, right? But in that movie, he's playing like this full on guy with no hand, and he's a mechanic with no hand, and all that sort of stuff, man.
Is that Moonstruck?
I think so. Yeah. He's got no hand in there. He's an amputee or something. Yeah.
Shit. What do you call it? Nah. That's fucking crazy. Because I'm just wondering if he's like went from small movies to big movies, and he enjoys small movies more, so he just does that shit. You know what I mean? I was wondering about that. But then I guess you can't start a career without a small movie unless you're just very acclaimed.
What was his first movie?
What's his first? You see him cameo in like this movie. We've seen it. You see Cage in there. But it's like a full-on cameo, and it's he's not credited at all. I think he's not credited on some of Coppola's films as well, being his uncle. Yeah, he's not credited at all.
The Best of Times.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Nice.
Good old Cage.
It's pretty good.
It's good, man, because
Cage
this is going to be the second Western that we see Cage in. He's got another one coming out before this one.
Does he?
Yeah, he's doing two Westerns.
I thought this was the first one.
He's got, this is the newer one, so he's already signed on because they're shooting in like damn near the same space, right? So he's doing them sort of back to back.
Yeah. Fuck yeah. But I'm always excited for the Cage. I need to sit down and watch some more Cage movies, to be honest.
Willy's Wonderland was actually all right.
Not bad.
Yeah.
He doesn't say a word in that movie.
Nah. He's got some dances on him, though.
But speaking of people who are just making their big break again, we got Owen Wilson, man. And it seems like after Loki, he's just blowing up again, and now he's joined the cast for The Haunted Mansion. So he's joining Lakeith Stanfield as well as Tiffany Haddish.
Yeah.
This is fucking cool as well. And there hasn't been like a lot of story details that have come out for this, but from what I can see, it's just that a family moves into this mansion, and I'm guessing from the title, crazy shit starts happening.
Yeah.
And the Muppets go wild. 18 plus people.
Disney 18 plus.
What's his face? This is based on the Disney ride though, yeah? That we've had the Eddie Murphy movie before.
Yeah. And Guillermo was going to do one.
Yes, he was.
But that shit was too scary for Disney.
But imagine? This is Justin Simien as well. This is the guy who did Bad Hair and Dear White People. I like this guy's direction, though. Like how he shoots.
Yeah.
So I'm excited for this as well.
Whenever I hear Simien, I think of what's his face? GTA 5. That's that guy.
Simeon.
The car rental guy right at the start. That's that guy.
Come, sit with me, Franklin. You will ask me for something that you want, and I will explain to you why you cannot have it. The fuck?
All right, so we got finish that beating?
Yeah, I'm done. Yeah. Sorry.
We got some news on the old Disney Fox release schedule there. Right, so since Shang-Chi just absolutely obliterated the box office last weekend, they've come out and said, look, the rest of the slate for 2021 is all coming out theatrically. Right, so Eternals, West Side Story, they'll both have a 45-day release schedule and then get, released on more than likely Disney Plus or PVOD, which is the smarter move. Their animated film Encanto. That'll have just a 30-day exclusive window, which is weird. Maybe they just want that out there, but it also depends on when they're releasing, because it could just be just before or after Christmas, so kids will be on school holidays. So on the Fox side of it, The Last Duel, The Kingsman, and Ron's Gone Wrong, which is another anime, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah.
I think I saw the trailer for that. That's also getting a 45-day release, which is kind of cool. It's funny you brought up Guillermo, because his Nightmare Alley is it was originally planned for just a limited release on December 3rd, but now they're going to go wide everywhere on December 17th. And the last piece of this news is so Marvel is actually setting their film slate for 2024. Is it 2024? Yeah. So they've got 4 unknown titles coming out on February 16th, May 3rd, July 26th, and November 8th, which I think is Blade. But that's it.
Very good.
I'm hoping that February 16th slate is like Strange or something like that.
Next year?
Did you?
Is it next year? 2020? Is Strange out next year or?
Yeah, Strange is out next year, because it's like right after Spider-Man.
Right.
What do you call it? Did you see Cumberbatch when someone asked him about Holland, when Holland was like, Spider-Man 3 is the most ambitious superhero film ever made?
Yeah.
And then Cumberbatch was like, until Doctor Strange 2 comes.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm excited for that shit, man.
Same. Was that actually what's his face in What If? Cumberbatch?
Yeah. Both times.
Yeah. So I watched them last night. Those 2.
Yeah. Oh, good, man. I like that last one that came out, the Zombies. That's my favorite one so far.
Zombies is excellent. I don't know, man. I really like the Captain Britain.
Same. That's my second favorite. Right. Very closely behind. But this one felt like a Mad Avengers story. Like I like that they're changing the film universe.
Yeah. Yeah.
But moving over to Paramount from Disney. So Paramount is looking to double down on their fucking Paramount Plus streaming service. So they're seeing, like, a lot of the other streamers excel and fucking do well, and they want to make theirs a success. So they're actually doing what Disney did a while back, where they're scaling back their big blockbuster pieces that they would have throughout the year, because Disney was putting out something like 13 to 15 pieces at the cinemas and just fucking losing money.
Yeah, that 1 year where they put out 17 major releases, man.
Fuck. Plus DTV, like sequels and shit like that.
Wow.
Because Disney was fucking spiraling down. But Paramount wants to avoid that. So they want to do the same, where they scale back these big releases, put a lot of their product out on Paramount Plus and make more originals there, but feed a lot more of the money into Mission Impossible, Star Trek, and Transformers. And I think that's why you can see like there's a lot more talk about like Stephen Caple Jr.'s Transformers movie coming out, where they're going to be doing the fucking Beast Wars.
Yeah.
Star Trek conversations have started up again. Like now that there's something on the horizon, and that chick is directing or writing. And then Mission Impossible, where they've got 7 that they're filming, and then 8 is going to ramp up soon. I'm pretty sure they're going to like corner Macquarie and say, "You need to give us another 2." And I like this is all happening with like this new CEO that's stepping into Paramount. So he was the ex Nickelodeon chief.
Yep.
And he's kind of coming in and changing up that strategy. A lot quicker than what Warner's like new chief did as well.
Yeah.
So that Warner Discovery deal is still kind of ongoing. But I guess because it's not a buyout either of Discovery merging into Warner or Warner merging into Discovery, there's a lot less like sort of pieces that they have to move around.
That Warner deal is weird because I don't think he's taken over yet.
No.
There's still stuff in the pipeline for them, yeah?
Well, they still have to wait for the merger to go through. So what's that? The FCC have to, like, they have to okay it, and then the merger goes through.
Yeah, that can take up to a year, though. Remember how long it took for Fox deal to go through?
Mm-hmm. And then Disney was like, don't expect us to play with these characters for like 12 to 24 months.
Play with this.
But I'm excited for it more because like it clears the way for like Mission Impossible. I do want to see what they're going to do with Star Trek and how they're going to wrap that up. I don't expect that cast from JJ's Kelvin universe to kind of keep going, even though I want to see more Carl Urban. But Transformers seems like the obvious sort of money cash cow in there. And that's why they're keeping it around.
We haven't had a new Transformers movie since Since Bumblebee, yeah. Like that's been years, man.
Yeah. Yeah, it has been actually.
2018 was Bumblebee?
Might have been 2017? 2018?
Yeah.
Yeah, you might be right there, BD.
Shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, shit, 2018. Fucking hell. Alright. Fucking ease up, Turbo. What do you call it? I've had a lot of news about like Paramount Plus, a lot of streaming services. But now we've got Christopher Nolan back on the fucking books after his after his disdain with his slated releases going to HBO Max. He's now discussing his next film. So I guess in a positive way, he hasn't lost his desire to actually do film, which is good. And with this next one, he's going, I guess, back into his World War bag, and he's going to do a film about J. Robert Oppenheimer. Most people know as the father of the atom bomb. Yeah, so this story would detail him. There's been a lot of talks behind it as well in regards to possibly having Cillian Murphy play an undecided role in the film as well. But this will essentially just go through the story of Oppenheimer and the creation of the A-bomb. And I guess his struggle with that and leading that that team in that lab in Los Alamos, I believe it was.
Well, what was that budget set at there?
over $100 million fucking dollars.
For what? What is it? $1,000 for a pen?
You know why? Because Nolan's going to take production out to bloody what's his face, out to Nevada, and he's going to detonate an actual nuclear weapon.
Oh, I want all the IMAX cameras.
We do it. We're going to recreate that scene where they're sitting on the beaches. That's what we're going to do.
Fuck.
They used to do it out in France not too long ago. Remember? Jacques Chirac was testing nuclear weapons out in France, and Australia would get the bloody nuclear fallout because of the winds.
Fuck that.
Yeah.
This is wild shit.
That's what he's going to do.
I don't know any like sort of. It seems like Netflix would be the only like streaming service willing to put $100 million plus into Nolan, like for something that, like, it sounds like it won't be as like attention grabbing. Like, it's not like a Tenet. It's not a Prestige.
Nope.
Like, it doesn't even sound as interesting as Memento. And while like, you know, the subject matter is like pretty intense, like, how the fuck is Nolan known for dramatic affair?
He's not.
No.
He mixes it up with the action to keep the audience entertained.
Yeah.
You see it in what's that war movie that he did?
Dunkirk.
Yeah. You see it in there.
Yeah.
This doesn't scream at me, hey, let's make this movie.
No. It doesn't even scream Nolan needs to do this movie. This is like his passion project that seems pretty small. So if I was a studio, I'd be questioning that $100 million budget.
Yeah.
It's weird though. Like, Nolan always follows this weird fucking theme of like destroying the world, whether it be physical or mental. You know what I mean? Like, dude is a megalomaniac and just makes movies about it. You know what I mean?
Badly.
Yeah.
Nah. I wouldn't pay him $100 million to watch this movie or to make the movie. I wouldn't pay money to go watch this movie. I'd rather honestly watch a documentary on Oppenheimer.
Because
I think the last time we saw something like this was Chernobyl, right? And that was a TV show made for less money.
Yeah.
That's for a longer runtime.
Yep.
Yeah.
Like, it just seems like there's a story of this, like, this really introspective story about this thing that this guy did, right? That changed, like, the course of humanity. I don't think Nolan's the right person for the job.
If you tell me the story of Oppenheimer getting, you know, captured behind enemy lines and having, you know, being a Nazi himself and coming over and, you know, becoming, like, you know, the science advisors for the US, that's the story I'd want to watch.
That's probably the story is going to
make that story.
That's probably going to be the start, and then the last 20 minutes is going to be like, oh yeah, and I also made the atom bomb. Boom.
Like, you
play it out, Hans. Play it.
The movie that I'd like to see is that NASA guy. The head scientist from NASA was an out and out Nazi.
Wow.
Out and out. They captured him. They brought him over. He designed the jets and everything for NASA. That's what I'd like to see.
Yeah.
We never see that.
No. Hell no.
No, we won't. Ever. Fuck.
I don't know. There's a lot of shit you can dig up from those times that'll be really fucking interesting to watch.
Yeah.
But I think we get like saturated with the A-bomb material that we just fucking it's just old shit.
Saturated with the A-bomb is wild. Saturate me with the A-bomb, baby.
That's wild.
So yeah, like, I'm not particularly interested in the subject matter myself. I'm happy that Nolan still wants to do his own thing, but at the same time, I'd prefer it to be something else other than World War material. I think we get enough of it as is.
You know what it is for me? It's not original. Nolan tends to do original stuff.
Yeah.
This isn't original.
Yeah.
He's an original thinker, this one.
Yeah.
Fuck. You know what's the last World War movie I enjoyed besides 1917 was fucking Overlord?
Yeah, because they put a spin on it. That's why.
Yeah. Overlord was Wolfenstein.
Yeah. Fuck, that was fire.
Yeah.
All right, and that's it for film news this week.
Yes, sir.
All right, now it's time to fan the hammer.
Gunshot.
These are the details and the only details we got. So let us have it there, BD.
Yes, sir. Alrighty. So, we got Phoebe Waller-Bridge, known for Fleabag, has now officially exited Mr. and Mrs. Smith. Hulu has decided to increase their prices by $1. Fuck you very much. Who asked? Steve Howey officially leads the True Lies show. The Boys Season 3 has wrapped filming. Exciting times. You get to see that orgy on a fucking island.
I want it.
An hour long. I need it. Fuck, that'd be tough. I need to see the length in length.
Fucking Brazil presents.
Can you imagine just seeing Johnny Sins put on that fucked up Homelander wig? Fucking, we got Aquaman 2, some pictures. So we got Patrick Wilson, fucking jacked as fuck. And as well as that, we got Arthur Morgan, yeah? In his stealth suit. Aquaman himself has got a stealth suit now. Arthur Curry. Arthur Morgan is Red Dead. My bad. Labor Day 2021 box office is bigger than the pre-pandemic 2019 Labor box office, which is fucking cool. And I think it was by about $16 or $17 million as well.
Big margin.
Yes, sir. Andy Garcia has officially joined the Expendables 4 cast. I was about to say Expendables. I reckon he's going to be the villain. We've got the announcement that the Salem's Lot show will drop on the 9th of September in 2022. Furiosa has unfortunately been delayed until 2024 in May. And Paramount has nabbed the rights to Orphan, First Kill. So we're going to see some more Paramount material there.
Yeah.
And that's it.
Is Salem's Lot a movie or a show?
Movie.
My bad.
So it actually dropped into Furiosa's slot. Pause. Yeah. So I don't know why that was the thing that they were giving us. You know what I mean? Oh, Furiosa is going to be delayed by a year, but you get Salem's Lot. Fuck off, Gary Dorman. No one asked for it.
You know that Salem's Lot needs to be done as 2 movies, eh? It's a 400-page book. That's the reason. So the reason why they dropped Salem's Lot originally on TV, because that's where it came out on. It originally came out on TV as this big event, right? Killed it. Absolutely killed it. Was because King and the screenwriters and Warner, I think, couldn't get that script together properly to make it just a 1-film movie.
Fuck.
Like originally, Carrie came out. It was a hit for United Artists or Sony, and they had previously bought up Salem's Lot because it was a new book that King had done, and they were trying to figure out how to make it 1 movie. They couldn't because it got rid of too much stuff that you needed to progress the story, and then they just said, "Hey, why don't we just make it a TV movie?" And they did. So the original is like 2 hours and 53 minutes or something.
Fuck.
The one that came out on TV. Yeah.
That's not the Toby Hooper one, is it?
That's the Toby Hooper one.
Fuck. I haven't even watched that one. Have you watched that one?
No, I haven't watched that one.
They even made a return to Salem's Lot.
Yeah, that was trash as well, supposedly.
Was it?
Yeah. Super trash. You know, it's the actual name of it is Jerusalem's Lot. Yeah?
Yeah,
you see you see the apostrophe on the book in front of the S? Yeah.
You go there and what's his face? Fuck. It's that show. Fuck it.
What's his face? That
the Abrams one.
Yeah, the Hulu one.
Yeah.
Castle Rock.
Castle Rock, that's it.
Yeah.
How could I forget?
Yeah. But yeah, that's why I was asking, because like, if it's not 2 movies, and I don't know what they've cut out then. It's kind of disgusting.
I don't trust Gary Doberman with it.
Nah.
I know he came to fame, sort of touching up Cary Fukunaga's It script. But
Pause.
But you could tell that Cary wrote most of that.
Yeah. And a lot of that was changed from the book because it was from Cary Fukunaga's his early life.
Yeah.
But then when Gary Doberman directed and wrote that fucking Annabelle 3, it was dog shit.
Yeah.
It was just trash, man.
Yeah.
And that is fanning the hammer. Very good there, BD.
Thanks, BD.
Thank you.
So, kicking it off with movie trailers, we got our first little look there. I think it was like 45, maybe 47 seconds of Aquaman, King of Atlantis, the new HBO Max little animated show. Or it's a movie. It looks like it's coming in 3 parts.
Mm-hmm. The trilogy.
And it's a comedic look at Aquaman, which is funny because James Wan kind of came out and said, hey, we're going to make Aquaman serious, but then makes a joke out of him here with him not being able to sit on a throne. It looks all right. It looks like very sort of regular show humor, adventure time.
It's got that look as well. Is it the same guys that did those shows?
Might be.
Yeah. It's got that same look to it.
I'll check it out. Looks all right.
I'll watch.
Yeah. We got the trailer for... Sorry, Doug, you go.
No, go on.
We got the trailer for Hellbound, which is from the Train to Busan director. Yeah. This one looks all right as well. So we have these otherworldly beings called angels. And in the trailer itself, you see a guy watching his phone and he's freaking out. He's got mad flop sweat. And then just shit goes down and you see these 3 things, they look like titans, just burst through and chase after him. So apparently these things are sending them to hell as well. Yeah. It looks like anyone who sins just gets fucking X'd out.
And they get notified ahead of time as well.
Yeah.
So you get a little timer. Fuck, that's wild.
I know, right? You out.
That's hilarious.
This looks interesting. It's got that, I guess that streaming vibe. I guess, I don't know, the CG looked a little off for me.
Yeah, it did.
Yeah.
It did look kind of wild. But yeah, it's a show, so maybe there's not a huge budget attached to it. Know what I mean? But yeah.
True.
We got our full trailer for The Guilty, which I honestly didn't need, to be honest. Yeah. I was really intrigued by that first trailer.
Yeah.
But this one, you get to see a bit more, and Jake Gyllenhaal doing his thing. And
walking between rooms.
Yeah.
Looking stressed.
That's really about it.
Yeah.
That's why you should never have released a trailer for
this. Save that shit for the movie, dog.
My God. Yeah. But yeah, it looks good. I'll watch it. I'll definitely watch it. I tend to watch all of the movies that come out on, or at least most of the movies that come out on Netflix these days.
We got a first little look at Don't Look Up, which just looks fucking good, man. And it really sold by DiCaprio and him beating himself up. It's very Once Upon a Time in Hollywood that way.
Oh, yeah.
But he just looks disheveled.
Yeah. Fuck, that killed me. We're here. We're really here.
I love that. What's his face? The banter in between him and Jonah Hill as well. Yeah. It was good to see Jonah Hill in there.
Yeah.
What's his face looks funny as well. Jennifer Lawrence. Yeah. She's got a funny haircut in there, though.
Yeah, it's like that pixie sort of goth.
Yeah.
It looks good though, man. It looks like a theatrical movie.
Can't wait, man.
Same. Fuck, it looks really so good.
Yeah.
It looks like there's a lot of players in this. Did I see John Hamm in this?
Yeah, John Hamm's in there. I think he's the head of NASA or something like that.
And is Jonah Hill the president?
He's the president's advisor. I think what's his face is. That's why he's turning everything down. Do you know how many world-ending things we've seen this year? The fires, and this, and the floods, everything.
Fuck. Yeah, it looks good, man.
Yeah. This the next trailer was Come On, Come On. Right, so this is about Joaquin Phoenix has to take care of his nephew for I don't know how long. I think his mum's in hospital or something like that, or she dies or something like that. We don't know. But yeah, this hit for me.
Fucking this reminded time.
This reminded me of my nephews. Right? Yeah. It was so good, this.
I like these sort of trailers. You know when they show you just like random pieces of the film, but it's like overlaid with this nice little fucking monologue that they're doing. It was good. It was really, really good. And emotional too.
Yeah.
Without showing you any of the beats.
No. Like straight away I thought of my nephews.
Yeah.
And like taking care of my nephews. Yeah.
Yeah.
Amazing.
Yeah. That shit hit, man. We got our second trailer for Last Night in Soho as well. So we got a bit more this should look exciting as fuck, dog.
This is what Malignant should have been. That's what we're calling this movie. What Malignant should have been.
Fucking Last Malignant in Soho. But no, this should look fire, son. It gave you more background on the main character, fucking what she's doing, why she's gone up to London, and just fucking everything in between, and what she's doing once everything starts hitting the fucking fan as well.
Yeah. They filled in a lot of the plot. Like this one, I think was like in response to people going, "But what's it about?
Yeah,
what's it about?"
I was
watch the movie. That's what it's about.
I was at first like asking what's it about, but then obviously I know it's Edgar Wright, so he's gonna explain it later on. So
yeah.
But the fact I didn't know it was set in like just two different times, and she's hunting down a killer in her time, and how weird Zod looked, and Zod looked kind of creepy in him. Like, Zod looked like he's super old.
It's that sort of mustache that he's got.
Yeah.
That like looks like feathers on his lip.
Yeah. And we're talking about original Zod here, not what's his face. We're talking about Terrence Stamp here, not
Yeah. It looks fucking good though, man. Shit.
Yeah. Is this gonna come out on a streaming service?
No. This is dropping November 11th or November 18th here in Australia. So while it's dropping October 28th, I think, in the States. So there's like a 2-week gap or something like that. And then it's dropping in cinemas.
Okay.
Yeah. We got Midnight Mass, the new Mike Flanagan number. It was more of the same, really, but just sort of exploring that whole, like, you were away this whole time and now you're back.
You got to see more of the supernatural elements, though, in this trailer. You know what I mean? Like that weird sort of preacher that,
the pregnancy as well.
The pregnancy,
it looks like it's immaculate.
Yeah. Weird.
Yeah. And the paranoia that kind of comes with that as well. Like, this looks very Stephen King, and it's not a Stephen King, like, property.
Yeah. It's from that guy, though. What's his name? It's not Dexter Fletcher. I don't know why my mind went there straight away.
Mike Flanagan?
What's his name? Mike Flanagan, yeah.
The man Mike Flanagan. Flanagan.
That's how I say it in my mind. Flanagan. Yeah. What was the Encounter trailer?
This is the Riz Ahmed one.
Yes. The one where they might essentially be aliens themselves.
Yeah, it looks like he gets infected with something and he's protecting his 2 sons.
I think they're like from what I saw or what I gleaned from it was they are aliens and the rest of the people are hunting them down.
Well, he's a ex-US Marine.
Okay.
Yeah. But what I think it looks like in the trailer, and maybe they just gave away a lot in this like 49-second trailer, was that like he's crazy. And the military are actually after him.
Yeah.
And there are no aliens.
And those kids aren't real.
Or like they are real and that's why they're after him.
Could be. Could be.
But it looks good. It looks solid. Like Riz Ahmed is putting in some fucking like big work.
Put in work, man. That's what he does.
Yeah.
Guy needs the Oscar.
I don't know. I see man's like he found something in the base and then got infected, ran away, and that's why they're chasing him.
Yeah, probably. Well, that's what they want you to think.
This is what you're gonna do. We got a full trailer for Dexter. Finally.
Yeah. And everything just kind of played out, didn't it? Like Harrison shows up, Jennifer shows up, or what's his sister's name? So, her name's Jennifer Carpenter, but like Kate, no. I don't know.
Kira, no. Debbie.
Deborah. Very good there. Deborah rhymes with zebra.
Yes, the old folktale to help us remember Deborah.
It does look like just a continuation of the Dexter series, just in a new setting. It looks like he's out in Alaska or something.
Yeah.
Is that the girl from what's his face?
Wind River?
Wind River?
Yeah.
Sexy.
Yeah. I'm glad she's getting some play.
Well, she deserves it, man. She killed it in bloody Wind River.
Was she also the chick in the New World? The Terrence Malick one? Was she Pocahontas?
I don't think so. I think she's the girl in Yellowstone, though.
I want to watch that show.
Oh, man. I watched the first two. Fire. Yeah.
Champion.
Yeah.
And the last trailer for the week, and I was like actually like waiting for this to be dropped and premiere. The first time I've ever done that on YouTube was for the Matrix Resurrections trailer, which like played out very much like the trailer description that we read out last week. But seeing it was like a completely different kettle of fish. Keanu looks really good. I like that new look, like the John Wick look that he's got, but his hair's a bit longer. We see like Trinity almost like decanted out of that like human like bath type thing that in the machine fields.
Yeah.
What's his face? And she's like looks like she's like glowing as well.
Yeah.
Yahya also confirmed that he is Morpheus, which like makes you question when the fuck is all this happening? Or is this just Morpheus redone again?
Allegedly in the game, right? Because there's games set after. I think the Enter the Matrix game is set after, the online one that they did.
Oh yeah.
It was set after the movies, and supposedly he changes there already.
Oh,
he changes the way he looks there already. But then there's other reports coming out saying that it could be set before the first films, and then other reports coming out saying that it's set just after the first film. So Reloaded and Revolutions never happened yet.
Yeah, actually, in the synopsis that Warner Brothers released, they said it takes place 20 years after the Matrix film.
Yeah.
So it's almost like it's the real world, because Neo looks like he's in San Francisco, like it's a real city. It's not mega city or whatever.
Yeah.
And like people have responded to the Matrix and it now looks like, hey shit, they were actually in the Matrix. So I don't know if they were using the film The Matrix to dupe people in the Matrix.
Yeah, because supposedly on the wall or something on one of the screens, you see the Matrix playing, like the original movie is playing.
Yeah.
But then we also saw that already with the architect doing that sort of stuff as well. So I don't know if it's that sort of scene.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And the last scene, the guy says, "We're taking it back to the Matrix."
Yeah.
So a lot of the scenes like that, he just like sort of thinks about like, oh, I'm thinking about my past, and then it kind of goes through like things that look very similar to what happened in the Matrix.
Yeah.
Trinity does the exact same, like, flashlight, hands behind her head. She runs around, she kicks the guy. Neo gets punched by an agent. Looks like, you know what I mean? With like the multiple hits, like Smith did to him. And then it almost looks like, hey, he's breaking free now.
Yeah. But is this that world that he talks about at the end? You know what I mean? Where people can choose, all right, cool, you want to be out of Matrix, you out of the Matrix. You want to stay in, you could stay in as long as you want. Is this that world that they promised? You know, because he says, I'm going to show them a different world. So with him flying around and all that sort of stuff, he would have shown them a different world.
Yeah.
Yeah. And what is possible. Yeah.
It'd be funny if he plays an actor in the movie that actually played Neo in the Matrix movie.
Yeah. But then it's just, for me, it's just too, like, just being John Malkovich, and it's just a bit weird then.
Yeah. Could be a very meta take on the Matrix. It looked same but different. Like they had Jefferson Airplane, and a lot of the lyrics in there, like, sort of like made sense in terms of there's a pill that makes you bigger, there's a pill that makes you smaller, but the ones that Mother gives you do nothing at all.
Yeah.
And then him sort of dumping his pills out and shit like that.
Yeah.
I'm excited for it, man.
As am I. I can't wait.
Isn't it weird that in Australia we get it like a week later?
Yeah, but Australia's weird like that. Anyway. Either way, I've got that time off anyway, so I don't care.
What do you call it?
From the 20th until like the 4th or something, I'm off.
Bado.
Yeah.
Didn't they delay like Reloaded and Revolutions over here as well
though?
We got it first.
Yeah. Like by like hours.
By hours, yeah. So
because of the midnight launch.
Yeah. So when we watched it, in theory, if we had Twitter and whatnot back then, because Twitter and everything was like in its infancy, we could have spoiled the whole movie if we wanted to. Yeah. It was only that dirty Facebook back in the day.
Still might do it this time around. For all Australian audience. Nah, I wouldn't do that to anyone.
I'd kill the first person that did that.
Oh, man.
I hate that stuff.
Neo is actually Morpheus.
Oh, my God. Yeah.
And that's it for movie trailers this week.
Mm-hmm.
It's a trailer blowout, man.
Yeah, it was a lot this week.
All right.
Okay. Jump into our entertainment news. All right. So this is it's a bit weird, this story, right? So supposedly the Russos pulled out of this Marvel movie because of the ScarJo's lawsuit that she's currently got going on with Disney, right? So they obviously don't like the day and date hybrid release, and they're worried about how that sort of affects their take back really on the back end of the new movie, right? So supposedly the new movie was either a potential Wolverine film or Secret Wars, which kind of makes sense. Like, that makes sense to me. If you could just get the Russos in to just direct an Avengers picture, it sort of makes sense. Yeah. That's really it for this. They've still got The Gray Man coming for Netflix, so...
Yeah. So it's not that it's on streaming, just that it's on streaming. I think it's like learning from like ScarJo's legal battles. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, okay, it's in our contract. We're gonna we have the right to put it on streaming if we need to.
Yeah.
They might not like that.
Well, that's the thing. They need to sort out as soon as they sort out the contracts, this won't be a thing. You know what I mean? Like as soon as they say, okay, well, the amount of viewers that tuned in, that watched it in that first weekend will be times by, the bloody what's his face, their subscription, and we'll break that down between you. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
And if that number is, 65 million times by 15, like, come on now, that should be enough compensation.
They wanted to be smart about it. They'd also throw any new subscribers on top of that too.
Yes,
where's the bonus for that?
Yeah. Well, someone's got they've got that set up. Spotify has that set up in their contracts, right? So if you come with an audience to their streaming service and then you bring more people over, you get a bonus from them.
Fuck.
You get a bonus from Spotify.
That's big business.
Yeah.
Big business in the streaming.
It's good business for everybody.
I think the Russos will be back, to be honest.
Of course.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure they're going to look at how the Gray Man does, how that kind of shapes up, because they'd be wanting to line up their next movie. They did Cherry, the Gray Man, and nothing else for a while. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and they're producing a lot of movies though. I think.
Yeah, through Agbo. They got Extraction 2 coming.
Yeah.
But they're pretty active. So they'd be lining up their next thing. Hopefully it's a Marvel, because I like those.
I like them more.
Sticking with the Marvel conversation, and one that was started a year ago by Martin Scorsese. So if you remember, Scorsese said that Marvel films and superhero films in general are pretty much like roller coaster rides. They're theme park attractions. They're not actually cinema. Well, now his buddy Paul Schrader, who wrote Dog Day Afternoon, and
he wrote 5 of his pictures.
Yeah, has kind of weighed in as well. He said, well, actually, everything's cinema. The Marvel films are cinema. The cat video that you watch on YouTube, cinema. The podcast that you're watching, us, we're cinema. Yeah. But he said, what matters is the conversation. Right now, the conversation isn't about the things that we used to talk about in the 60s, 70s, and 80s.
Yeah.
It's not that at all. And the conversation has changed, and that's why it's not the center of the sphere anymore in terms of entertainment. And I agree with him, man. I agree with him in terms of Marvel movies and superhero movies are cinema. But I don't agree that the cat video that you're watching or the podcast that you're watching is cinema. I would not, because I would not go out and project it. To me, cinema is something that pulls a mass audience and tells a narrative. Sounds like a podcast. Sounds like the cat video as well. But it's a different type of storytelling.
I'm an artist just like everybody else. Just because my piece of art comes out on a streaming service or via a podcast app doesn't make me less of an artist.
No, it's not saying that you're less of an artist, but I don't think that you're in the same ballpark as Pacino or Ray Liotta or something like that. I think that's completely different. Where I think podcasts sit is more along the lines of news and TV.
But we're creating a piece of entertainment, much like they are. Art's subjective. It doesn't have to fit into a little box that says, hey, I need to do this, this, and this. I'm still creating.
Yeah.
I'm still providing a service. I'm still providing entertainment value for other people other than myself.
Yeah, I'm not with that.
I think if we use someone else's success as a reference for what you think things should be, I think that's where the line gets kind of blurred. I agree with Dave in the fact that everything can be cinema, in the fact that regardless of what you said before about storytelling as well as a mass audience, cat video would definitely get mass audience regardless of where it is put. So you'll always have people there, and the narrative behind it can be something as simple as, this is cute, I want to show everyone. So I think, yeah, in that case,
if it
everything
elicits
can be cinema.
If it elicits a reaction, it's art.
Yeah, but it's the conversation's not about art. The conversation is about cinema. Something that's projected, tells a narrative, and like it's story driven. This is not this is us reporting on stuff that is actually happening behind the scenes.
But did I go through and use somebody's script? Yeah, I did. We wrote the script for this.
No, we didn't.
Did we put it together?
This is off the top of the dome.
Exactly. We wrote the script for it. We there's story beats here. I know what's in Fan the Hammer. I know the movie trailers we're going to talk about. It's just I get to freestyle that news instead of having someone write it for me.
Who's the characters?
We are.
What's the character arc?
Doesn't have to be an arc.
Who says it doesn't have to be an arc?
It doesn't have to be an arc.
Though?
Wait, what is an arc to you guys?
Start here and you finish here.
I mean, if you want to put an arc into place, it could be something as simple as financial gain. It could be something as simple as the elevation of our own mind or thinking moving forward with a lot of these podcasts. Because that's what an arc is, right? Yeah, you could put it towards financial gain if you wanted to.
What do you mean?
Because the arc of someone is the evolution of their thinking as well as their physical being, right?
Where they start and end.
Exactly right. Financial gain could be you're broke at the start and then you're rich at the end.
All right.
I don't know. Sometimes I always can think about things a bit too literally. I'm just trying to think of this more so where we start and end, and this is what I enjoy, and this is why I think everything can be cinema as well.
Just because you enjoy it doesn't mean it's cinema. That's what I'm saying. I'm not saying that it is less of a piece of art. That's not what I'm saying at all. What I'm saying is it doesn't fit into the same, you wouldn't put Goodfellas and Smoke and Mirrors next to each other in the same and then say, hey, this would be a mad double feature. No.
You never know what people are into.
No,
people be freaky,
I'm talking about you, though. Whereas,
So if I have Ray Liotta on Smoke and Mirrors, does it make it different then? If I have Scorsese on Smoke and Mirrors, does it make it different then? You could still have that same pairing then. Well, I'm going to watch Goodfellas, and then I'm going to go watch what Scorsese said about Goodfellas on some podcast.
Well, that'll be the character arc then, because we already said we'd never have guests on this show.
I don't want anybody here.
I'm not lessening. I'm not lessening, podcast as an art form or anything. I just think it's more in terms of a news outlet. That's how I see it.
But what about those actual story-driven podcasts? Dirty John, what's that other podcast? Noah that I follow? Yeah, what about those?
Would they not fit into a news report?
Well, they're not news. They're not news reports. They're not news podcasts. They're telling you a story.
I know, but they would also do news reports where it would break down someone's, the things that they did for over a week. Listen what happened to Dirty John, and listen what happened next with the people that he harmed.
But they don't tell it as in a story. They don't tell it like a news story. They give it to you. They present it like a piece of cinema, piece of audio cinema.
What about
then I would say that it's closer to a book then.
Exactly.
An audio book. But no, I don't think it's cinema.
I think the argument for me is that I can't put people into one subject or piece of subject matter, because if you're arguing that So Dave's saying storytelling for Dirty John, but then you're saying it's also a news report, but you're leaning towards news report almost, I don't know, in a way that people can only be one thing. You know what I mean? If we're saying majority wins, not as in like not me and Dave ganging up on you or some shit, but as in like, I think people can be more than one thing when it comes to this, and I think it can lead towards more storytelling than anything.
So the next movie star is like, some guy behind his desk, like, and a mic, and he's running a podcast.
Yeah, she just starred in that She's All That, or He's All That movie. Her name's
That was
Addison
TikTok,
Rae.
though.
Doesn't matter.
That was TikTok.
Still
It's an
decent
influencer.
cinema.
I mean,
Still
Joaquin
decent
Phoenix
cinema.
is playing a radio journalist, and come on. That's like a podcaster.
Joaquin Phoenix is playing the character.
Oh, you're saying like you're shooting a movie and the dude is there, so you never know. I don't know.
So Larry
I'm
King,
pigeonholing
Free of
him.
mind.
They pigeonholed.
Larry
We're a
King
podcaster.
playing himself.
We news.
Larry King playing himself is not acting then in a movie,
He's acting in a movie, yeah.
but he's
Yeah,
playing himself.
sorry.
Yeah.
He's just being a news reporter.
Yeah. But he's like in a movie. That's fictional.
I think we can agree to disagree on this because I feel like we can just go in circles talking about this.
True. All right. Move it along.
Sir, unfortunately, into some very sad news as well. So we've had a recent passing of Jean-Paul Belmondo. For people who don't know Jean-Paul Belmondo, he was a very big French movie star. And he was the star of Jean-Luc Godard's Breathless film. Unfortunately, he passed away in his home in Paris on Monday at the age of 88. But at this time, no cause has been given as well. Belmondo started his career playing a lot of, characters which weren't very savory, if you want to put it like that. But as he matured in his career, he started moving to more roles which were positively taken in by the crowd as well. He's also seen as one of New Wave's most important figures. He starred in a lot of movies in his time as well. All of them French as well. He didn't want to move into English language films. He actually avoided those. But he's known for Vittorio De Sica's Two Women, Henry Verneuil's Greed in the Sun, also with Godard as well for Pierrot Le Fou, as well as Francois Truffaut's Mississippi Mermaid. So rest in peace to Belmondo himself. Dave, you were saying that you saw him do a stunt piece, was it?
Yeah. So he's on this hill. You know those wooden sort of rails that they have, the old school ones, wooden rails. He's standing there, right, and all of that breaks away, and he starts tumbling down this hill. But as it breaks away, all these boulders come with it, and you see Mans roll down this hill, like just tumble down this hill with all of these boulders coming down after him. It's crazy because it looks real.
Probably was.
And it looks like it hurt. You see him
Fuck
get up
that.
after, but it looks like it hurt.
That's crazy, man.
It's like a dirt hill. It's not grass. It was disgusting.
Massive respect for this guy, though. Like, he did not want to, move into Hollywood and kind of, he wanted to keep doing his French films. He could have been a massive actor, but I guess maybe he's seen, there was a massive difference in Hollywood films, or maybe he didn't want to learn the English language, because apparently a lot of French actors also had to learn English to play over here in Hollywood, play over there in Hollywood. Yeah, it's sad news, man. But he had a good run. Yeah. 88.
It's a man.
4 kids. You know, he fathered a child while he was 70.
Still shooting.
Yeah, still shooting. Spraying.
Jesus.
All right, and the last piece of entertainment news is still sad, right? So this is the saddest piece of news I saw all week because this guy is like, for me, this is the reason that HBO is HBO. For me, that's him. That's what he embodies. So Michael K. Williams passed away this week, right? So I think Tuesday or something. Michael K. passed away. So Michael K., obviously Omar in The Wire, big star. That's how I know Michael K. Like, that was the first time I saw Michael K. and I was like, where did this guy come from? You know what I mean? Like, it's amazing. It was real. Like, you could see that person out. You could see Omar's out. You know what I mean? Like, it was crazy. You also know him as Chalky White in Boardwalk. He was really, really good in. Recently was Lovecraft. He was what's his name? Tick's son. Yeah,
Montrose Freeman.
Beautiful name. The Road, 12 Years a Slave, Gone Baby Gone. He was even in that RoboCop remake. He was in Assassin's Creed. Michael K. is an absolute legend. Michael K. was like a bloody choreographer as well.
Yep.
That the dance that you see them doing in 100% Pure Love video, it's Michael K. You see himself dancing in one of the videos. I don't know if it's a Quali song or something like that, but you see him dancing and how happy he is. Like, it's just crazy, man. Like, he was found just with like drug paraphernalia around him. So this has been going around in the States right now. It's really, really bad. So it hit LA first. You had Kate Quigley, which is like a model / bloody stand-up comedian. You would have seen her on like, Joey Diaz's podcast and stuff. She got hit with like this. So this is all like just with fentanyl-laced drugs and all that sort of stuff, which is really, really bad right now over there. And then she's in hospital. She made it, but not Michael K. Yeah. So he was found by his nephew, which is, for me, would be the worst thing in the world.
Yeah.
Yeah. On Monday evening. Yeah.
He had balls, man. Michael K. was a temp working at Pfizer who said, fuck this, enrolled himself in drama. And like played in some of the biggest hip hop music videos and just did anything to kind of get himself out there and visible. And he got it, man. Like he did the series on Vice where he was going to like all these marketplaces and shit, like underground marketplaces. They weren't like, the fucking like
went to the chop shops
Patties.
in Newark, B.
Yeah. Like this guy was deep rooted in Brooklyn as well, where he was born and raised. It's like
he's on the last episode of No Reservations, which is crazy because him and Bourdain sort of died the same way.
Yeah.
Right? He's on the last episode, that's the last episode of that show ever that they made. Michael K's on there. And Michael K is taking him to this place in Brooklyn. And they're sitting outside eating. And you see what's-his-face roll through. You see Marlo roll through from The Wire as well. He's just there. These are Samaras there. Like, it's crazy. Like, and that was Michael K, man.
Wild.
This was the worst news. Yeah. This was the worst fucking news I heard.
Dude was young as well, 54.
54, man.
The last time I seen him was DMX's tribute at BET.
Exactly.
Like he came out and he gave that reading of X's lyrics. That's just.
And then he was doing bloody Rough Riders anthem with them as well. Like it was just.
He came out just in like a singlet.
Yeah, he came out full Brooklyn. Joe Budden tells a story about what's his face, about him. They were really, really good friends. Him and Michael K.
Yeah.
And this is the saddest thing you could hear is him reflect on his friend. Like it's the worst thing in the world. Joe found him through church, like through this other church, where this pastor was like, you know, he was an ex-jailbird, but he was still a pastor. Like they'd have like nightly meetings, and you know, Joe was strung out on drugs and all that sort of stuff. And what's his face? Just knowing that Michael Caine actually had a story and all that sort of stuff. A similar story to Joe's. Yeah. Killed him. It's almost like he found like a soulmate in Michael Caine.
Yeah.
He said, like, you know, he was out at Newark Fashion Week, right? And, you know, he threw something on. He's sitting down in the crowd, like watching the models. Who does he see come out? It was Michael Caine, man.
Yeah.
Michael Caine could do anything.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Real fucked up news. Sad note to end on. But that is a wrap on all of our news this week. We'll be back next week. I think Cry Macho's out.
Is it coming out on HBO Max?
Yeah, it's dropping HBO Max 17th. Guys, take care of yourselves out there. You can catch us on all social media platforms, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, where we're Smoke and Mirrors Oz, as in the Wizard of. We're on all DSPs, so if you want to listen to us on Spotify, Apple, Google, whatever, we're at Spreaker, where we host our podcast, and YouTube, where we post the videos weekly. There's new content there every week. It's Logo Smith Media. Like, subscribe, hit the bell, all that good stuff. Yeah, take care of yourselves out there. Love yourself and love movies.
Get vaccinated or don't. Completely up to you.
Vape more, smoke less, and wash your ass.